KNDY.
Good afternoon, high school football fans, and welcome to a snowy Newton, Kansas, down here as the Axtell Eagles take on Coldwater in the 2023 eight-man Division II state championship game down here on a snowy Saturday afternoon. Welcome in, Max Blassie with you here today on the call from Newton. There's about 2 inches of snow on the ground. Don't look like it's going to let up any time soon down this way, so it's going to be a fun, a slick one out there nonetheless today. But talking to head coach Eric Detweiler before this contest, one his boys are looking forward to. Of course, the Axtell Eagles looking for their third straight state championship in Class 8-man Division II, a 38-game winning streak, longest winning streak in the state of Kansas. On the line here today as these junior class look to stay undefeated in their high school career. Coldwater South Central comes in with a record of 9-3 on the season. Those 3 losses all came within the first 5 weeks of the season, but since then they have rattled off 7 straight wins, including 2 impressive wins the last 2 weeks in the playoffs, which we'll get to here in just a little bit as we preview both of these teams. Again, Axtell comes in undefeated 12-0 on the season. Coldwater South Central comes in at 9-3, looking for their first state championship in school history, while of course Axtell is looking for their fourth. A big thank you to the sponsors today, making this broadcast possible. Of course, all season 2 as well. Thank you for the support. B&D Buildings, Moonlight Restoration, Landall Company, Axtell Car Wash, Little Joe's Service, Barry Blissing Construction, Axtell Trust Manufacturing, Western National Bank, S&B Insurance of Seneca, Axtell Lumber and Hometown Lumber of Marysville, Blue Valley Technologies, Eagle HVAC and Plumbing, Apex Crop Solutions, Kramer Oil, the State Bank of Axtell, Boa Trucking, Peak Construction of Axtell, Little Steps Dance Studios, and Highland Community College. It's the last high school football game of the season. 18 teams came into this Saturday. Only 9 of them will be crowned champions at the end of this afternoon. Going to take a look here at the bracket as we look through the season. Talk about both of these teams as we take our first break, but don't go anywhere, as coming up we'll preview both Axtell and South Central coming up here, see how these teams have fared this season, preview a great matchup here this afternoon on KNDY FM 95.5, online at KNDYradio.com, and of course in the KNDY FM mobile app, free to download and take us with you anywhere. Of course, a few snow cancellations up there. Barnes Lighted Horse Parade canceled today, so you might as well stay in, enjoy some football here as Axtell gets ready to tip off against South Central here in just a little bit. We're about 23 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to take our first time out, come back, talk about the brackets, look at the schedule of both of these teams, as well as talk to the head coach of the Axtell Eagles, Eric Detweiler. Again, Axtell and Coldwater coming up here in just a little bit. KNDY FM 95.5, your home for high school sports, right here.
KNDY Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-frame buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. B&D Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
Have an accident with your vehicle? Call Moonlight Restoration and they'll take care of you with a free estimate, and they'll turn it into the insurance company for you. You name it, they can do it. Fender benders, auto and tractor restoration, windshield repair or replacement, spray and bed liners, sandblasting, dealer and installer of B&W hitches and drop and lock hitches. No job is too large or too small for Moonlight Restoration. If you want quality work done by skilled technicians, call Moonlight Restoration in Axtell, Kansas. Owned and operated by Brett and Nikki Runnebaum. Call 736-2359.
Landall Company in Marysville is expanding and looking for career-minded individuals who want to work for a stable company that's been in business for 60 years. Currently hiring welders, painters, assemblers, fabrication, and maintenance. Experience preferred but not required. Competitive wages, merit increases, annual raises, and promotions. $2 per hour shift differential for second and third shift. 4% attendance bonus based off your gross weekly wage. Apply online today at landall.com.
If your vehicle is looking like it just went through a money rally race, or perhaps it's been target practice for the neighborhood bird gang, then you need to get your car washed today at the Axtell Car Wash. The Axtell Car Wash has 2 enclosed self-service bays, even one size for semi-tractors. Just pull in, pay with your bank card, and wash all the dirt, mud, bugs, and bird stuff off your vehicles. You don't have to drive far to get a clean car. Just visit the Axtell Car Wash, proud supporter of the Axtell Eagles.
Welcome back to Newton Fisher Field here on a snowy Saturday, championship Saturday for you all. Max Blasky with you here on the call, KNDY FM 95.5, online at KNDYradio.com, and of course in the free KNDY FM mobile app. It is South Central versus Axtell coming up here for you next in just about 20 minutes as we get ready for a tip-off. Looking at both of these teams, how they got there, looking at the 8-man Division II state football championship schedule. Coldwater was the number 1 seed in Division 7 on the west side of the bracket. They started this playoff run 5-3 before defeating Central Plains, Buckland, Mineola, and then Victoria, knocking off 2 state powers at the end of the year. Their last 2 wins over Mineola, handing Mineola their first loss of the season 2 weeks ago with a 58-12 win. And then last week in the sub-state division, a 42-20 win against 9-1 Victoria, knocked off state power in that one. Coldwater, South Central will have to protect that one here for the rest of the day. They're in their first state championship game here as an 8-man Division II. They come in after a 4-5 season last year, and 9-3 here on the year. For the Axtell Eagles, they are, of course, undefeated, back-to-back state champions here in Division II, a 38-game winning streak on the line here this afternoon. Last loss for the Eagles came back on November 6, 2020. That was a game against Hanover, one in which Hanover went on to win that one. Of course, Axtell has rolled through this playoff schedule, defeating Wakefield in round 1, 50-0. Then Hutchinson Central Christian 52-6. Defeated Osborne 54-6 in the sectional round, and then of course Frankfort last week in the TVL matchup in Sub-State 52-6, and an outscoring opponent greatly here this season, only allowing 7 points per game on the defensive side, while offensively 56.5 points per game. They are scoring. This Axtell offense is quick. They are fast. They are big. And they are here defending their state championship title and looking for a 3rd straight one under head coach Eric Detweiler. Of course, our conversation with head coach is coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to take a listen with a pregame interview with Coach Detweiler as he talks about the season, talks about this game coming up, and prepares his boys for possibly a 3rd straight state championship, one in which this junior class has had a huge part of over the last couple of seasons. We're about 18 minutes here away from a kickoff down here in Newton. It's about 25 degrees. There's about 3 inches of snow on the artificial turf here. They're cleaning it off just as fast as it's coming down, but they're trying to get a good playing field for these boys. It's been raining all morning down here. Of course, the game before us, Linden is your 8-man Division I state champions. In the game before, they won 36-6. Pre-game conversation with head coach Eric Detweiler coming up here in just about 2 minutes as we get ready for a state championship football Saturday here on KNDY FM 95.5, online at KNDYradio.com, and of course, as always, in the free KNDY FM mobile app.
Little Joe's 66 service in Axtell is a proud supporter of Axtell schools and Axtell athletics. If you have automotive repair needs, call Joe at 785-736-2824. With satisfied customers from all over the area, Little Joe's 66 service is the place to turn for all of your automotive repair needs.
Barry Bussing Construction in Axtell offers dozer construction and all types of soil conservation work, including terraces and water rain. Remember, conservation is the key to our future, and it all starts with you. Contact Barry Bussing and see how he can help you. Call Barry today at 736-2833. For conservation work, Barry Bussing Construction of Axtell, Kansas. Phone 736-2833.
For engineered roof and floor trusses, call on Axtell Truss. 12 to 80-foot span. Complete hip, cathedral, and floor systems using only the best SYP available. Delivered to your site undamaged on a roll-off trailer. Manufactured locally at Axtell Truss on U.S. Highway 36, 2 miles west of K110 between Seneca and Marysville. Phone 785-736-2291.
Western National Bank in Summerfield wants you to feel good about where you are with your money. Available when you need them and offering online and personal services, Western National Bank will make sure to keep you and your money happy. Call Western National Bank at 244-6211 to make your money smile. Member FDIC.
Welcome to the KNDY featured Game of the Week pregame coaches sit-down interview with head coach of the Axtell Eagles, Eric Detweiler. Coach, a 52-6 win over Frankfort in the sub-state round last Friday. Now on to your third straight 8-man Division II state championship here this afternoon. Give me your overall thoughts from last Friday as you were able to defeat Frankfort for the second time this season.
I thought our boys played pretty good. You know, we knew Frankfort was going to throw some new stuff at us, and you know, how he was going to adjust is, you know, questionable at times. But I thought our kids did a really good job of shutting them down. Obviously, you know, we only limited to one score and you know, stopped the 2-point conversion. So yeah, defensively we did a pretty good job. And you know, offensively, I think we scored on every possession. So, you know, just all around great ball game for our guys. And I thought they come out with great energy and you know, effort to try to get the win. And, you know, super excited to get back to another state championship.
Last Friday, Eric, your defense held a team to less than 8 points for the 11th time in 12 games this season, and your offense has scored over 45 points in every game this season. I know we get kind of lost in the stats, but how important has this offensive line and defensive line been this season?
Well, you know, it's everything, to be quite honest. You know, if they don't get any blocks, then our offense ain't going anywhere if it's run or a pass. So they do a good job, and you know, we've seen, you know, 2-man, 3-man, 4-man fronts, and so those guys kind of got to adjust on the fly. And you know, that's what's one thing with experience with those guys between Sawyer and Grant Blissing and Blaze that, you know, they've been at it for 2 to 3 years now, that they've are doing a tremendous job at adjusting at that and you know, trying to slow the defensive down. And you know, and a lot of times on the defensive side of the ball, they're doing a great job too. We run some stunts. You know, their assignment sound, you know, a lot of times we've been playing a 2-man front here lately where they got to, you know, shut 4 gaps down between the two of them. And you know, that's a tall task to ask, but they've been doing a great job of it. And, you know, hopefully they continue to do that one more time.
Going into your third straight state championship game this afternoon, Eric, 38 games in a row, too, on the win column. How is this team different than the last 2 that have been successful in this game?
You know, maybe not so much nervousness, you know, going in of what to expect. You know, a lot of times, you know, you don't know what's going to happen in this week, and now, you know, this is our third year in a row. We've kind of, you know, been there, done that, where I think maybe that'll help us, you know, with the nervousness and preparation for the week. A lot of times there's extra pep rallies, there's meals, there's stuff that kind of takes away to the kids' focus on the game itself, and you know, so I think this kind of reiterates, you know, that you know, that we're here to play a game, and all this other stuff is nice, but you know, at the same time we got to focus and try to win.
And looking at your opponent coming up there, South Central, they come in 9-3 on the season, but some good wins now here in the playoffs lately. What have they shown on tape that you're going to have to be prepared for?
Well, yeah, you're right. They've lost 3 losses, but you know, 2 of them were the very first 2 games of the year, and you know, one of them was against a Division I school, which is a bigger school. So, you know, they've kind of regrouped from what they started in the year, and they're fast. You know, we actually played them in the consolation bracket in the state championship in basketball last year, and so we kind of a little bit of familiar with some of their kids, and their quarterback's extremely fast. You know, I would say they're probably a predominantly run team, but they're capable of throwing the ball as well. But you know, they do a good job of executing their blocks. They look very physical on film, and you know, they definitely have some speed. Their quarterback is extremely fast, and you know, it's just we're gonna have to focus on, you know, stay assignment sound and definitely try to shut him down this week.
Of course, last week facing Frankfort, a familiar opponent, but now in South Central, a team that you're not so familiar with. How does that affect not necessarily just the preparation before the game, getting ready for a team you're not used to, but also the adjustments in game?
It's a little more homework on our part, that's for sure. From the West, so we don't have as many game films on them as a lot of times we do our local opponents. But, we just got to kind of use the ones that we got and go from there. And, there's probably going to be a little more adjusting on the fly during the game, but that's what kind of makes it exciting.
You've been tuned in to the KNDY featured Game of the Week pregame coaches interview with Axtell head coach Eric Detweiler. Don't change that dial. The Eagles seek their third straight state championship in 8-man Division II next on KNDY.
As a farmer, you know you can never have too many tools. And when it comes to risk management, there's one vitally important tool, crop insurance. Your Rain and Hail independent agent can help you use crop insurance as a risk management tool to protect your business. To learn about the insurance tools available, call your local SBS insurance agent. You'll get crop insurance service from an agent that will help you protect what matters most. This agency is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Make every job easier with one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber. For any project inside or out, if you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer, get the tools you need, including Milwaukee, DeWalt, Stanley, and more. Battery-operated tools offer the convenience and mobility with the power to get the job done quickly every time. Stocked with all the blades, bits, and accessories for your convenience as well. Check out the power tools selection today and get the work started on your schedule with Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
Ho, ho, ho! All the beautiful sounds of the holiday season. The season of friends and family who gather to eat, drink, and share the Wi-Fi.
That's right. Enjoy uninterrupted connectivity with Blue Valley Technologies worry-free Wi-Fi. Get 2 months free worry-free Wi-Fi and free installation from Blue Valley Technologies.
Find out more details at bluevalley.net/promo.
For all of your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and excavation services, there's only one call to make. Eagle HVAC and Heating. Formerly Dave's Hardware in Axtell, the guys at Eagle HVAC and Heating look forward to continuing the success they've built over the years. Offering all heating, ventilation, air conditioning needs, as well as carrying a wide variety of name-brand appliances. They do plumbing and electrical, as well as excavation service. Give Eagle HVAC and Heating a call today in Axtell.
Max Blasky back with you here in Newton, a snowy Saturday as the flakes get a little bit bigger here, closer towards kickoff, about 8 minutes away between South Central and Axtell. Looking at this South Central team, they come in with a record of 9-3 on the season. They average 45 points per game. They allow 14.5 points per game and have really been on a roll here the last couple weeks. Of course, they handed Mineola their first loss of the season 2 weeks ago, a 58-12 win for the Timberwolves, and then last week a 42-20 win over State Power Victoria, handing them their second loss of the season. This team will be led by do-it-all quarterback JT Prusa, who leads this team in rushing over 1,700 yards per game, 32 total touchdowns on the ground this year. He also put up over 500 yards through the air, along with 11 touchdowns and 1 interception. But where this team has really found their groove this season under a new defensive 2-4 front has been that defensive line side. This team has 82 tackles for loss on the season to go along with 44 total sacks as well. This front line of South Central is big. They're fast. They're strong. And the offensive line for Axtell will have to be prepared for that as they get ready. The man up front, Jace Rutherford, a 196-pound junior, has 16 sacks on the season. So we'll have to keep an eye on him this afternoon as they roll on through it. Of course, back to Prusa, the offensive power for him, 258 points, scoring almost half of Timberwolves' points here on the season, and they don't turn it over much on the offensive side. From what I could tell, only 2 turnovers so far here this season as they keep control of the ball and they control clock. One thing about this team, though, too, as well, Axtell has been absolutely dominant. Timberwolves, too, as well. It took them a little while. All 3 of their losses came within the first 5 weeks. They lost to an 8-2 Meade team before falling to a 5-4 Sublet team, and then also a South Barber team that finished the season 8-2. Just a little history behind this matchup, too, as well. Back In 1985, Coldwater and Axtell met up in the 8-man Division I state championship game. Of course, it is now Coldwater South Central, as Protection and Coldwater have consolidated to make South Central. About 6 minutes here away from kickoff as we get ready for a snowy championship Saturday here in Newton. The undefeated Axtell Eagles and the 9-3 South Central Timberwolves kicking off next here on KNDY. We're going to take one more time out, come back, preview this Axtell season, talk about them before we get ready for tip-off and the starters here down in Newton.
At Apex Crop Solutions, we understand farmers' needs. I'm sales agronomist Jesse Rellinger, and I'll be your partner when you call us for your ag chemical needs. We're a locally owned business located just south of Beatty Junction. With our competitive prices, sound agronomic knowledge, and no brand affiliation, we provide the best solutions tailored to your operation. It's more than just a business. It's dedication and passion for agriculture. Apex Crop Solutions. Swing by our location, find us on Facebook, or give us a call.
At Kramer Oil, safety always comes first. We're here to keep your home and shop warm with reliable propane delivery, which is why with your first fill-up, we perform a complimentary leak check. Your safety is our top priority, so you can rest easy knowing we've got you covered. And we're not just about safety, we're about convenience too. Need propane when you want it at a fair price? Call or text us today at 785-562-2466. We're here to serve you.
The State Bank in Axtell is synonymous with quality and integrity in the banking business. Financing for your home, for your farm, or your small business. Contact the loan officers if you need money, or if you're putting money away for something special, or just saving for a rainy day. Visit with the professionals at the State Bank of Axtell. They're federally insured, member FDIC, the State Bank of Axtell.
Bowie Truck Line of Summerfield, a proud supporter of the community and the Axtell Eagles, wishing the team best of luck. Call on Bowie for prompt, professional delivery on time, wherever the destination. Experienced drivers make your load first priority. From pickup to drop-off, you can rely on the team at Bowie Truck Line of Summerfield, proud supporters of this radio broadcast.
Max Blasky back here with you in Newton. We're about 3 minutes away from a tip-off between the Eagles and South Central. We're going to take our last time out here of the afternoon as the national anthem is about ready to be played. After that timeout, we'll bring you a preview of this Axtell season as well as starters for this 2023 8-man Division II state championship game between the Timberwolves and the Eagles right here on KNDY FM 95.5, online at KNDYradio.com, and in, of course, the free KNDY FM mobile app. Kick off in about 3 minutes to crown a state championship at 8-man Division II.
Whether the work is inside or outside, a repair, remodel, addition, or new construction, Peak Construction in Marysville is ready to build. They start off by helping you turn your vision into a concrete design with the help of samples from local vendors. Their in-house construction crew gets to work making that design a reality. Imagine what you can do with the help of Peak Construction. Phone 562-6380 for an appointment to start planning. From top to bottom, inside and out, call Peak Construction, 562-6380.
Little Steps Dance and Gymnastics Studio open enrollment for spring 2024 classes ends January 8th, continuing to offer the energy-packed tumbling, cheer, dance, and jazz classes for ages 18 months to 18 years. Enrollment ends January 8th. Visit the Little Steps Dance and Gymnastics Facebook page for enrollment information.
Earning a degree is easy with Highland Community College. Highland offers multiple locations and technical training across Northeast Kansas. Can't make it to campus? No problem with Highland's online classes. Live out of state? Pay one low rate of $126 per credit hour. Enrollment is open now, so visit us at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. Close to home, far from debt.
KNDY Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-framed buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. KNDY Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
Max Blasky back with you here in Newton as we are about ready to kick off the St. Man Division II state championship game. 18 teams came into this Saturday. Only 9 will come away victorious as Axtell looks to be one of those. Previewing this Axtell team, pure dominance, if you've been following along all season, has been the key. 11 45-point victories this season. This offense averages 56.5 points per game, led by do-it-all quarterback Brandon Schmelsley, over 1,500 yards through the air, 29 touchdowns, and 83% completion percentage. No interceptions, the biggest part about that as well. Also on the ground, 600-plus yards on the ground and 17 touchdowns as well. 8 interceptions on the defensive side. We'll be calling his name a lot. But it has been that defensive side all season. 7.3 points per game allowed. They have not allowed over a touchdown and an extra point since week 1. That was a 60-44 win over Perryville. Since then, it has been a dominant effort, even in this playoffs. In this playoffs, they've only allowed 18 points in 3 games. Looking at the starters for these teams, we'll start first with South Central. The Timberwolves go with number 1, Jamie Sarmiento, a junior. Number 4, Isaiah Jellison, a senior. Number 5 in quarterback, JT Prusa, a junior. Number 11, Coda Lindsay, a freshman. Number 32, Brandon Ewell, a senior. Number 33, Jace Rutherford, a junior. Number 56, Curtis Bard, a senior. And number 77, Hunter Loesch, a junior. They are, of course, led by head coach Russ Westrup, spit that one out there today. He is in his second season here at South Central, 13-8 in his 2 years. Of course, this team coming off a big improvement off of last year. They were 4-6 last year, 4-5 last year, 2-6 2 years ago. Now, for the Axtell Eagles, the starters will be the same as they have not changed. Number 2, Landon Schmidt, a sophomore. Number 5, Rylan Bussing, a junior. Number 10, Eli Brocksterman, a junior. Number 16, Brandon Schmelsley, a junior. Number 21, Blaze Bussing, a junior. Number 34, Grady Bussing, a senior. Number 54, Grant Bussing, a senior. And number 88, Sawyer Dieters, a senior. Of course, the Eagles are led by head coach Eric Detweiler, now in his 11th season. A very impressive 101 wins, 24 losses, and 80% win percentage here for Detweiler. Of course, the 3 seniors for Axtell, Grady Bussing, Grant Bussing, and Sawyer Dieters, looking for their 3rd straight 8-man Division II state championship here on this Saturday. This loaded junior class looking to keep their high school career perfect, as Axtell has won 38 games in a row, the state's longest streak heading into this afternoon's contest. It's about 25 degrees. We're facing south here, moving east to west as we look at it. South Central will be in their home top whites, green letters with black bottoms. Axtell will be in their home reds with white numbers. First kickoff of the game will be taken there by Eli Brocksterman. He's going to get this one up to about, we'll call it about the 30-yard line is where they're going to start it here on this championship Saturday. Max Blasky with you here on this chilly Saturday down in Newton. About 2 inches of snow on the AstroTurf. They've done a good job of cleaning it off, but the snow will continue here more than likely this afternoon. Axtell will start this offensive possession off first. They had about 8 offensive possessions in that game against Frankfurt, scored on every single one of those. Explosive, to say the least. Both of these teams will obviously keep it on the ground as the first run of the game goes to the left. A design quarterback run for Schmelsley picks up about 3 yards on the first down run. But, of course, like we talked about it, both teams will try and keep this ball on the ground. On the season, South Central just short of 3,000 yards on the ground. Axtell just short of 2,000. And, of course, the biggest thing, Axtell, a lot of 45 games. Here's going to be a run and a loss. South Central comes up big on that one. That's going to be a loss as Eli Brocksterman took the pitch here near side, lost about 5 yards. And so for the first time in a long time, Axtell is going to have a long 3rd down and 11 to go here on this one. That's going to be a loss of 4 by Brocksterman on his first rush of the evening. Brocksterman comes in second on the team and rushes 602 yards, 13 touchdowns. Also in the receiving, a threat to as well. 32 receptions, 518 yards. Over 1,000 total yards, 23 total touchdowns. Smelsley in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Screen middle side comes Smith. Smith can get away, but South Central read it good. Pass is going to be complete for about a pickup of 1, but that will be it for Schmitz on that one. Landon Schmitz comes up with his first reception of the afternoon, but now a 4th down and 11 to go for Axtell. Of course, there's about 3 inches of snow on the ground, so footing will be an issue here so far today. I've watched Axtell in the pregames try and do a good job of clearing out spots when they need it. Snow's starting to lighten up just a little bit, but it's still coming down pretty. Smelsley gets a boot into this one. It's going to roll all the way down to about the 10-yard line, and that is where South Central will start their first offensive possession here in this one. So Axtell goes 3 and out on their first drive of the game, something we are not accustomed to seeing from this Axtell Eagles team. But a slow start here in the snow. This defense will step up, and it's a long game yet to go. South Central will get their first offensive possession, and of course they're led by do-it-all quarterback in the backfield, a number 5, J.T. Prusa, a junior, over 1,700 rushing yards on the season, 32 total touchdowns on the ground, averages 144 yards per game. The next closest will be running back Isaiah Jellingson. He averages 67 yards per game, so on the ground it will stay. First run of the evening for South Central. The Timberwolves take it down that right side. It's going to be a pickup of about 1 for Prusa on his first rush of the afternoon. Neither of these teams will look to toss the ball around too terribly much. Axtell on the season has only attempted just over 120 passes, while the Timberwolves on the other end only 79 attempts. Prusa the only one to get some playing time in the quarterback position. Now it's going to be a quarterback draw right side. Axtell is there. Schmitz comes up, I believe, with the big tackle. Landon Schmitz comes up from his cornerback position. That's going to be Wyatt Detweiler coming up. The 2 and the 1 look the same here from my point of view, but Wyatt Detweiler, of course, the younger brother of All-State quarterback from last year, Isaac Detweiler, coming up with a big stop here on this defensive possession for the Eagles. It's going to push South Central down to a 3rd down and 10. So both teams here starting off this game, of course, power runs to the outside with their quarterbacks. We'll try and do that all game long here as South Central gets out. Sawyer Dieters and Grant Bussing up front here for the Axtels in this one. Run up the middle. A group of Axtels stops the run. Prusa gets all 3 runs on this down. We're going to give him about 2 total yards on this drive as he will have to punt this away for South Central. Ball at the own 13-yard line of the Timberwolves as they look to punt it here. Standing about his 50 will be Schmelsley. Schmelsley, of course, a dangerous returner. 20 returns on the season, 104 yards and 1 touchdown. Schmelsley will take it up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, gets it all the way across midfield, continues to fight, and a good return there by junior Brandon Schmelsley as he fought off a few Timberwolves on that one to give Axtell a few extra yards. Officially will mark him down at the 27-yard line of the Timberwolves, and that's where Axtell will get their second possession rolling. Max Blasky here with you, KNDY FM 95.5, online at KNDYradio.com, and in the free KNDY mobile app. Axtell in their 38-game winning streak, going up against 9-3 South Central here in the state championship. Option pitch right side. Schmelsley will keep it. Positive yardage as players go falling through the snow here in Newton. Of course, same as back home. Had a few cancellations. We heard Barnes Lighted Horse Parade unfortunately canceled today because of the weather, but that is just how the cookie crumbles every now and then. Hopefully everyone had a good Thanksgiving, got home safe, had a lot to eat. I know I did myself. I think I'm still feeling it here on Saturday. 0-0 our score, 7:30 left to play here. First quarter, Axtell in their second drive, first time in Timberwolves territory. Second down and 6 now. Quarterback power up the middle. Smelsley will break one tackle, get through about 2 more, and that will be all it is for the Axtell Eagles on that second down play. I think they're going to give him no gain on that one, as it will be now a third down and medium. Of course, with the hold, too, as well today, more or less not throwing the ball, but also those fingers. We're going to have to watch the tackling of both teams. So far, Axtell on their first defensive possession, out hungry and hot on that one. But the Timberwolves, the same here on their side. Timberwolves go with 2 down linemen. 3 backers will walk up, 2 on both sides. Smelsley in the backfield with Schmidt behind him. 2 receivers near side. Option left side. Smelsley gets it. No, Smith gets it. Pitch left side. He's got a seam. Down to the 5-10. Touchdown, Axtell Eagles. A 22-yard touchdown run by Landon Schmitz, and he gets this scoring going for the Eagles in this one.
KNDY.
Touchdown.
KNDY.
And it is 9th touchdown on the season there for Schmitz. Having a few buttons pressed here on this one. But Axtell starts off the scoring drive 6-0. Smelsley looks back to pass. We're going to have a false start on Axtell. And take a quick timeout as they reset.
Have an accident with your vehicle? Call Moonlight Restoration and they'll take care of you with a free estimate, and they'll turn it in to the insurance company for you. You name it, they can do it. Fender benders, auto and tractor restoration, windshield repair or replacement, spray and bed liners, sandblasting, dealer and installer of B&W hitches and drop and lock hitches. No job is too large or too small for Moonlight Restoration. If you want quality work done by skilled technicians, call Moonlight Restoration in Axtell, Kansas. Owned and operated by Brett and Nikki Runnebaum. Call 736-2359.
Axtell up 6-0, 2-point conversion pending. Pitch, fake back in the backfield. It's going to be caught just short of the end zone there. Coming up with the reception, Rylan Bussing coming across from his tight end position. Caught it just short of the goal line. 2-point conversion, no good, as we will stay at 6-0. Max Blasty with you here this afternoon. Axtell Eagles going for their 3rd straight state championship. 4th one in school history, 3rd one under head coach Eric Detweiler here in the last 3 years. Of course, Detweiler, 100 wins 2 weeks ago, 101-24 for head coach this season. It's a snowy day down in Newton. If you're just joining us here on KNDY FM 95.5, there's about 2 to 3 inches of snow on the field. It looked like it was going to keep going here this afternoon, but it's kind of slowed down here since kickoff got off. They're still trying to clear those end zone lines, and it looks like they're doing that right now. Axtell, of course, went empty in their first possession. They had to punt it after only gaining 2 total yards on that one, but the defense for the Eagles came up big. That only allows 7 points per game. They held the Timberwolves to it 3 and out as well on their first offensive possession. Axtell gets a good return by Brandon Smelsley on the punt, gets it all the way into Timberwolves territory, and got Axtell a touchdown on the 22-yard run by Landon Schmitz. The do-it-all back has over 1,000 yards, 23 total touchdowns, 2 on the season. Return far side, get up to about the 30-yard line, as that is where South Central will take over. So the South Central team has been on a little bit of a roll here of late. They have rattled off 7 straight wins, including of course, some pretty impressive wins here in the playoffs over Perennial Powers Mineola 2 weeks ago, 58-12, and of course last week a 42-20 win over Victoria. This team scores 45 points per game, only allowing 14.5. All 3 of their losses came in the first 5 weeks of the season under second-year head coach Brett Westra. Quarterback power right side, and there's that Axtell defense coming up for a loss. Grady Bussing coming from his far defensive end position. That's going to be a tackle for no gain, the official call for Prusa, as the do-it-all quarterback for South Central. Over 1,700 yards on the season. Only 2 yards here, in this contest to get started with. Axtell will go with the three-man front. Bussing and Dieter's right side up the middle, run by running back, driven back by 3 Eagles, and they are here to play. Wyatt Detweiler, Grant Bussing, and Grady Bussing in on that tackle. Will drive back Prusa on that one. They will actually give him some positive yardage, so a 1-yard gain, the one before, a 2-yard gain now on this one. But the Axtell Eagles have been hot here early on. A 3rd down and 7 now for the Timberwolves, a team that does not pass it very much, only 80 pass attempts on the season. A good rating, though, a 48% completion percentage. We'll see what they do here. Shotgun formation, Prusa with a running back behind it. Prusa looks back to pass. Screen pass across the middle, far across, incomplete, broken up by the Axtell defense in there. Grady Bussing and Colin Shaughnessy, who has 3 interceptions here so far on the season, almost had himself a 4th. That himself had 1 last week, 2 against Frankfurt. But that will force the Timberwolves now into a 4th down and long. 4th and 7 now. Ball at the 30-yard line. 6-0 Axtell leads. 5 minutes left to play here. First quarter action. KNDY FM 95.5. Max Plasky with you here on this championship Saturday. Smelsley will catch this ball about his own 20-yard line, brings it here near side, tries to get some speed going in the snow, pops quickly there by a bevy of South Central defenders. First man there, Coda Lindsay, was the man that laid the hit on him. Lindsay, a freshman, 72 tackles on the season, comes up big. Of course, the South Central defense, they get after the quarterback. They play a lot of teams down southern part of Kansas that like to toss the ball around. 82 tackles for loss for this defense, 44 sacks. J.C. Rutherford with 16 of those. They almost average 4 sacks per game here early on in the season. Smelsley will be in the shotgun, going in motion. His tight end from right to left, Eli Brocksterman, the do-it-all man for the Eagles. We're going to have a false start on Axtell here. That's already their 2nd penalty here on the afternoon. A very disciplined team under head coach Eric Detweiler. Only 26 penalties on the season so far in 12 games. 2 already here so far today. The one of them got them out of 2-point conversion land. This one knocks them back 5. So it's 1st down and 15 at the Axtell own 25. Smelsley in the backfield. To his right will be Schmitz. We're going to run option left side. Smelsley's going to keep it. He's going to be caught near the line of scrimmage and driven down hard by the Timberwolves. Coming up with the tackle, Jace Rutherford, just talked about him, the 169-pound defensive lineman, one of 6 juniors on this team for South Central. Comes up with the big hit on Smelsley. Picks up only 2 there, does Brandon, but gives Axtell some positive yards, nonetheless. Far side hash, it goes. 2 receivers near side, Smelsley in the backfield. We're going to look near side. He's going to take a short pass here, caught by his receiver. That's going to be at the original line of scrimmage. Grady Bussing comes down with that reception. Goes from a 3rd down and 13 now to a 2nd down and 13 to now a 3rd down and 7, 3rd down and 6. So a 7-yard reception there by Grady Bussing. Will give Axtell a short and medium here. First quarter action still 6-0. Our score. Axtell leads this one. 3:43 left to play. Clock still running. Championship Saturday here in New Newton. Eagles looking for their third straight 8-man Division II championship. Smelsley alone in the backfield in the shotgun. Good protection by the offensive line. Looks far side, now near side. Now looks to run. Nope. Still can't find anyone. Scrambles far side across the first down line, across midfield, continuing to run. First down, Axtell Eagles. Goes from the 35-yard line to the 30-yard line. A 15-yard pickup there for Brandon Smelsley. Gets a first down for the Eagles. Brandon, a heck of an athlete there in the backfield. Of course, leads this team in rushing from the quarterback position, 676 yards, over 1,500 passing yards too as well. But a smart play there just to tuck and run it. Smelsley up the middle on a quarterback option again. Tried to run it here far side with Brocksterman. Smelsley a little slow getting up, knocked the snow out of his helmet, but a good pickup there on first down for Axtell. 4-yard run there by Smelsley. Now will be a second down and 6. Ball at the 26-yard line of the Timberwolves. Axtell moving. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Shotgun formation, empty set for Smelsley. Smelsley quarterback draw up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, gets to the far edge. 10-5, dives, touchdown. Is that the call? It is. Touchdown, Axtell Eagles. A 26-yard touchdown run by Brandon Smelsley will put the Eagles up 12-0 here in this first quarter. A simple quarterback draw up the middle. Brandon, even in this snow, slippier than the defense could handle, takes it all the way down for a touchdown. A 26-yard touchdown run by Smelsley. 2-point conversion now coming up for the Eagles. Second rushing touchdown on the day for Axtell. Brocksterman will motion out of the backfield right side. Smelsley up the middle. Will be stopped. A late pitch to Brocksterman. He breaks 1, gets in. 2-point conversion is good by Axtell. Smelsley held on for that one about 3 seconds too long, but found Brocksterman for the 2-point conversion. Axtell takes the 14-0 lead. You're listening to high school football here on KNDY.
Landall Company in Marysville is expanding and looking for career-minded individuals who want to work for a stable company that's been in business for 60 years. Currently hiring welders, painters, assemblers, fabrication, and maintenance. Experience preferred but not required. Competitive wages, merit increases, annual raises, and promotions. $2 per hour shift differential for second and third shift. 4% attendance bonus based off your gross weekly wage. Apply online today at landall.com.
If your vehicle is looking like it just went through a money rally race, or perhaps it's been target practice for the neighborhood bird gang, then you need to get your car washed today at the Axtell Car Wash. The Axtell Car Wash has 2 enclosed self-service bays, even one size for semi-tractors. Just pull in, pay with your bank card, and wash all the dirt, mud, bugs, and bird stuff off your vehicles. You don't have to drive far to get a clean car. Just visit the Axtell Car Wash, proud supporter of the Axtell Eagles.
Max Blasky back with you here, KNDY FM 95.5 and the free KNDY FM mobile app and online at KNDYradio.com. 8-man Division II state championship game between South Central and Axtell. Eagles lead this one 14-0 on 2 rushing touchdowns, one by Landon Smith and one by Brandon Smelsley. This Axtell team that put up 6 touchdowns in the first quarter against Frankfort a week ago get 2 here early on. Return is taken right at the goal line by South Central. Getting that return there, Jamie Sarmiento, the 134-pound junior wide receiver, will return it about up to the 22-yard line, and that is where South Central will get their 4th drive started. Of course, Axtell opened up this game at the 6:27 mark. Both teams went 3 and out on their first possession, respectively, but a 22-yard run by Smith put Axtell up 6-0, and then moments ago, a 26-yard touchdown run by Brandon Smelsley on a quarterback draw put Axtell up 12-0 as Eli Brocksterman punched in the 2-point conversion. 2 running backs in the backfield. It'll be a run right side by JT. Now run left as he switches field. Slides a saving tackle there by Smelsley as JT Prusa continues to run this ball for the Timberwolves. A 6-yard pickup for them. 6 rushing plays, all going towards quarterback J.T. Prusa. Of course, if you're just joining us, he leads this team in about every offensive category, accounts for 48% of the points that South Central has scored this season. So far, this Axtell defense, though, that is only allowing 7 points per game and has not allowed more than 10 since week 1, has up to the test. Prusa in the backfield will look to pass it here near side. Now looks to run up the middle. Taken down by Sawyer Dieters. That's going to be Grant Bussing there, getting in there. Grant Bussing, are we going to give him a sack on that one? I think it's going to be a tackle for no gain as the big defensive lineman, 220-pound senior, gets in there for a no gain. Of course, this senior class, led by Bussing, Grady Bussing, and Sawyer Dieters up front on this defensive line, been playing exceptionally all well. They're looking for their 3rd straight state championship in their high school career. 3rd down and 5 now to go at the 27-yard line of the Timberwolves. Every man's up at the line. Prusa takes it right side on the quarterback keeper. Taken down by Schmelsley, and he comes up fired up. Detweiler on the sideline, too, gives a good nod of approval as a loss of 2 there on that one. Brandon Schmelsley coming up from that safety possession, gunning down fellow quarterback J.T. Prusa on that 3rd down run. 4th down and 6 now as clock winds down towards the end of the quarter. We'll see if the Timberwolves want to punt this one away. Into the snow it goes. Right-legged kick. Schmelsley will try and take this one. It goes over his head. Stops almost dead about the 20-yard line. Now we'll look to return it. Looks to get a left side and does. Breaks 1 tackle. Trying to break 2. Won't get his block. Now gets 1 block. Cuts across midfield. We have a flag across midfield. There he goes. Far side 30. Down to the 20. Can he outrace him? 10-5. Touchdown Schmelsley, but we've got a flag in the backfield. Let's see if we've got a block in the back. That's normally what the call is in a position like this. Schmelsley with a heck of a return on that play. Would be his second return for a touchdown this season. Broke him out 3 tackles, and it is going to be a block in the back on the Eagles. So that return is taken away, and that will run us towards quarter break. Axtell leading 14-0, but with the ball and driving when we come back.
Little Joe's 66 service in Axtell is a proud supporter of Axtell schools and Axtell athletics. If you have automotive repair needs, call Joe at 785-736-2824. With satisfied customers from all over the area, Little Joe's 66 service is the place to turn for all of your automotive repair needs.
Barry Bussing Construction in Axtell offers dozer construction and all types of soil conservation work, including terraces and water rain. Remember, conservation is the key to our future, and it all starts with you. Contact Barry Bussing and see how he can help you. Call Barry today at 736-2833. For conservation work, Barry Bussing Construction of Axtell, Kansas. Phone 736-2833.
For engineered roof and floor trusses, call on Axtell Truss. 12 to 80-foot span. Complete hip, cathedral, and floor systems using only the best SYP available. Delivered to your site undamaged on a roll-off trailer. Manufactured locally at Axtell Truss on U.S. Highway 36, 2 miles west of K110 between Seneca and Marysville. Phone 785-736-2291.
Axtell Eagles aiming for their 3rd straight state championship here on KNDY FM 95.5. Max Blasky with you here on a championship Saturday as the Eagles lead the South Central Timberwolves 14-0 in the second quarter. Brandon Schmelsley just about had his second punt return on the year for a touchdown, but a block in the back will push Axtell down to their own 12-yard line where they will have the entire length of the field to go. They'll switch ends. They'll move right to left now as we look at it down in Newton Fisher Field here facing south. Schmelsley will work it west to east as we see it. A fake to Brockstrom, and Schmelsley will keep it. Plows through for a few extra yards as he has been a tough runner here so far this afternoon. of course, taking over for All-State quarterback Isaac Detweiler last year. Smelsley has had an excellent season himself, passing the ball over 1,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, and most importantly, no interceptions for him on the season, completing 83% of his passes so far here today, or on the season as well. It'll be a 3 running back set. Schmitz and Brockman in the backfield. Shotgun set. They both flank out. Quarterback draw up the middle. Smelsley will bounce off 1. Now bounces off 2. A first down. Oh, a late pitch there to Brockman. I don't know if he pitched it or fumbled it, but Brockman's going to get the run for a first down. So we'll give Brockman a 5-yard run that's going to get him in positive yardage. So far here today, Axtell has kept the ball on the ground as to be expected. There's about 3 inches of snow on the AstroTurf here. Snow's lightened up here as game has went on. But, of course, if you're traveling out there today, be safe. I know there's a lot of things canceled. Of course, the Barnes Lighted Horse Parade, if you're planning on going over there later this evening, that has been canceled due to weather, but it's a great day for football. Pass near side here to Brockman. Pass is going to be incomplete as it went behind the intended receiver there from Smelsley. Couldn't quite come up with that pass. It was just a little bit low. Was watching both of these teams in the pregame warm-ups. It looked like Smelsley, was just a little short on some of those passes. But no need to pass it when you're running it the way you are. So far here today, Axtell with 80 yards on the ground already in this first half as a team. On the other end, South Central, JT Prusa, the only runner, 9 total yards for the Timberwolves so far. Eagles leading 14-0, 11 minutes left to play here first quarter. Now Smelsley's going to look back to pass. Has Bussing caught right at the 30-yard line. That's going to be Grady Bussing. Favorite target of Brandon Smelsley. 22-yard pickup there for Bussing. Second reception now for Grady. Finding him on that one will give Axtell a first down and 10 now inside Timberwolves territory. We're going to mark him at the 30-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 10:54 as this Axtell offense just keeps this clock rolling. Quick now up to the line. Smelsley in the backfield with Schmitz behind him. Brockman goes in motion. Now we're going to have a double end around. It's going to be a run far side by Ryland Bussing. He's going to get a few yards. First down. Keeps going. Strong run there by Ryland Bussing. A 165-pound junior will push that one up. They're going to give him 15 yards on that one. Number 5 gets a rush on that one. That's Ryland's first run here on the season. Does have 10 receptions for 203 yards and 4 touchdowns, but his first run on this year. Smelsley in the backfield with Brockman. We have a flag near side. Smelsley gets up. About a 4-yard quarterback draw up the middle, as has been the play of head coach Eric Detweiler here so far today. But already our third penalty marker on the ground, more than likely on the offense. Again, I believe. 14-0 is our score. 10:19 left to play here before halftime. It is going to be a false start on Axtell. So a 5-yard backup for this Axtell offense on a first down and 10. Already the third Axtell penalty here in this contest. Of course, only 26 penalties all season. So a smart Axtell team has hurt themselves a few times, but still leading this one 14-0. Smelsley comes out, 3 receiver set, right side, Schmitz in the backfield. We're going to change the play, screen pass to Brockman. Brockman picks off his shoelaces, dances once, dances twice, and picks up about 3 yards. First catch here for Eli Brockman, who is second on this team in rushing with 602 yards. And, of course, leads this team in receiving with 32 receptions, 518 yards, 10 touchdowns, averaging over 16 yards per reception. But all these numbers are going to be deflated a little bit here today with this snow continuing to come down. Second down and 14 now as Axtell's behind the sticks for the first time here this afternoon. Schmelzly in the backfield. Broxman goes right to left. In the shotgun, it's going to be quarterback option near side. Late pitch, no fake pitch to Smith. 5-10, touchdown. Schmelzly will walk in with a 23-yard touchdown run. Will put Axtell up here 22-0. Brandon Schmelzly, a 23-yard touchdown run by number 16. Back-to-back scores now by Schmelzly in this one as the Eagles open their advantage up to 20. 2-point conversion now pending. 9:13 left to play here before halftime. Everyone kicks the snow out of their way to get a set on this east end zone. Schmelzly in the shotgun by himself. Will look. Fakes once, now rolls left. Will he run it? He flips it, and it's going to be incomplete. No good. But Axtell still leading 20-0. You're listening to Axtell Eagle Football here on KNDY FM 95.5.
Western National Bank in Summerfield wants you to feel good about where you are with your money. Available when you need them and offering online and personal services, Western National Bank will make sure to keep you and your money happy. Call Western National Bank at 244-6211 to make your money smile. Member FDIC.
The answer is yes. SBS.
At SBS Insurance, we believe in service beyond the sale. We are fortunate to have multiple competitive companies to quote your personal, farm, business, and life insurance needs. By taking advantage of our annual renewal review, you can rest assured that you have the right coverage for the most competitive rate. Contact your local SBS office today to see how we can provide you service beyond the sale.
SBS Insurance, the home team. The answer is yes.
Equipment rentals from Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber make the job easier if you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer. From power tools to generators, air compressors to nailers and fasteners, concrete tools, scaffolding, and more. Rent a Bobcat, dump truck, man lift, ladder, scaffolding, as well as pressure washers, insulation blowers, drywall tools, tile cutters, and more. Rent by the half day, weekend, or week. See the entire list online, including pricing, at axtelllumber.com or visit either location today.
Axtell Eagles firing on all cylinders on the state championship Saturday. That kickoff went in between the legs of return man Jamie Sarmiento. It rolled to about the 5-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark him down at, but a mistake by South Central as they're trailing in this one 20-0. That ball bounced about the 5-yard line, kind of died in front of the returner. And it's going to start at the 8-yard line. This Axtell Eagles defense will have their ears pinned back. Brandon Schmelzly so far with a big day on the ground already. 85 yards unofficially, 2 total touchdowns, back-to-back touchdowns, both 20-plus yards on the ground runs for the do-it-all quarterback for Axtell. Now this defense will look to pitch another shutout here as we roll on closer to halftime. 9 minutes left to go here, second quarter. 3-man front, Bussing, and Dieters. Dieters comes around the middle. Comes down from his safety position will be Schmelzly, I believe, coming up with the stop on that one. It's actually going to be Eli Brocksterman picking up the tackle there for the Eagles. Eli has been targeted a few times so far here on the offensive end. Only 3 yards to his marker on the receiving end so far today. 1 yard on the ground, 2 as well. But a good tackle there to stop what could have been a nice chunk of yardage for South Central. Second down and 8 now from their own 10-yard line. Run up the middle by the running back. His first carry of the afternoon, Coda Lindsay, will be tripped up for about 1 yard, I believe. So back-to-back 1-yard run by the South Central team. The freshman for the Timberwolves, that's going to be his first rush on the season. He is the third leading rusher, has 35 carries for 293 yards, 4 touchdowns, too, as well. Averages over 8 yards per carry does Lindsay, but this Axtell defensive front has been good. They're going to change it up, and now here on the front line, still 3 down linemen. That'll be Grady Bussey, Grant Bussey, and Sawyer Dieters, and it looks like we're going to have our first timeout of the afternoon. We're going to take it with them. Axtell leading this one 20-0. 7:43 left to go before halftime. You're listening to High School Sports here on KNDY FM 95.5.
Ho, ho, ho! All the beautiful sounds of the holiday season. The season of friends and family who gather to eat, drink, and share the Wi-Fi.
That's right. Enjoy uninterrupted connectivity with Blue Valley Technologies worry-free Wi-Fi. Get 2 months free worry-free Wi-Fi and free installation from Blue Valley Technologies.
Find out more details at bluevalley.net/promo.
For all of your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and excavation services, there's only one call to make. Eagle HVAC and Heating. Formerly Dave's Hardware in Axtell, the guys at Eagle HVAC and Heating look forward to continuing the success they've built over the years. Offering all heating, ventilation, air conditioning needs, as well as carrying a wide variety of name-brand appliances. They do plumbing and electrical, as well as excavation service. Give Eagle HVAC and Heating a call today in Axtell.
8-man Division II state championship game here. Max Blasky with you on KNDY FM 95.5 and the FM mobile app and online at KNDYradio.com. Prusa first pass is going to be picked off. Interception, touchdown, Axtell Eagles. Colin Shaughnessy, his 4th one on the season, gets a touchdown for a return. A pick 6 for number 4 will put the Eagles up 26-0 here early on. Saw that one here from the press box. Prusa was looking this way the entire time. Shaughnessy comes up from his cornerback position, picks it off, and returns it 23 yards for an Axtell Eagle touchdown. 26-0. Eagles leading this one. 2-point conversion pending now. Smelsley in the shotgun. Smith's behind him in the backfield. Smelsley up the middle. 2-point conversion. Good. Brandon Smelsley. Eagles leading this one 28-0 before first half action is even done. A 26-yard pick 6 by Colin Shaughnessy sends us to break as Axtell lead in this 8-man Division II state championship game.
At Apex Crop Solutions, we understand farmers' needs. I'm sales agronomist Jesse Rellinger, and I'll be your partner when you call us for your ag chemical needs. We're a locally owned business located just south of Beatty Junction. With our competitive prices, sound agronomic knowledge, and no brand affiliation, we provide the best solutions tailored to your operation. It's more than just a business. It's dedication and passion for agriculture. Apex Crop Solutions. Swing by our location, find us on Facebook, or give us a call.
A good showing of Axtell Eagles here in the state championship game. The almost 3-hour drive in the snow. I know it was more than that. Of course, big thank you to Brad Broxterman, too, early on in this game. Little tailgate here west of the stadium, keeping everyone warm with some hot dogs and hamburgers. It was well worth the drive for the Eagles as they are leading 28-0 with 7:36 left to play here before halftime. Colin Shaughnessy just gave the Eagles another touchdown on a 23-yard pick 6, his 4th interception on the season as Axtell continues to pour it on here in this contest. Of course, the Eagles 38 games in a row looking for their 3rd straight state championship, 4th one in school history. 4th one in school history here, and they have been on a roll lately. This defense has been the story of the Eagles this season, only allowing 7 points per game, 11 45-point wins. Games done at halftime. They have only allowed, 18 points in 3 playoff games this year. Prusa will get a run up the middle. He's going to be taken down by Smelsley. He's having himself a good game, too, as well, on the defensive end. A 1-yard pickup there by the quarterback, J.T. Prusa, as he only has 11 yards on the ground so far in this one for a team, or for A player that had over 1,700 rushing yards, only 11 in this first half, plus an INT. This Axtell defense has come out to play here in this one. Second down and 9 now on a snowy day down in Newton. Max Blasky with you here. We're a little warm up in the booth here. It's a cold, chilly afternoon, about mid-20s out there, but it's nice and warm up here in the booth. We're going to have a timeout here, a second one of the half for the Timberwolves. We'll take a quick 30-second break as the Eagles lead this one 28-0, 6:43 left to play before half.
At Kramer Oil, safety always comes first. We're here to keep your home and shop warm with reliable propane delivery, which is why with your first fill-up, we perform a complimentary leak check. Your safety is our top priority, so you can rest easy knowing we've got you covered. And we're not just about safety, we're about convenience too. Need propane when you want it at a fair price? Call or text us today at 785-562-2466. We're here to serve you.
Of course, coming up at halftime, a look at news, weather, and sports from around the nation. I can tell you right now it's snowing down here in Newton. It's starting to pick up a little bit more. Nice big flakes as we roll on through this first half. Of course, back home, no, it's had some effects on some weather. Barnes Lighted Horse Parade canceled so far here this afternoon, but that means just stay inside. Listen to the rest of this contest as the Eagles look to claim their third straight state championship in 8-man Division II. A little confusion here by the Timberwolves, but they'll get set on a second down and 9. Single back goes to the right side. Pressure right up the middle by Grady Bussing. Down he goes. Big loss there by Grady Bussing. Ball was on the 23-yard line. Let's see where they mark him on that one. Second tackle for loss here for the Eagles in this first half. That's going to be an 11-yard loss. So unofficially, that wipes out all the offensive yardage he has racked up in this first half, as now they are backed up deep in their own territory. 3rd and 20 at their own 12-yard line will be the Timberwolves. Of course, last offensive possession, Prusa threw it right to Colin Shaughnessy, who took it 23 yards back to the house for a pick six, his 4th interception on the season. Quarterback run left side, good speed there. Brandon Smelsley comes from that safety possession, collects him out of bounds. Maybe even a loss on that one. Yeah, we're going to give him a loss on that one as Smelsley comes up with the big tackle. Already 2 rushing touchdowns for Brandon here on the day, both over 20-plus yards, and now I believe his 2nd tackle for loss in this one. Unofficially, South Central has 1 offensive yard in this first half so far. 5:30 left to play. Bunt is blocked. It goes into the end zone. Axtell dives on it. Touchdown, Eagles. Grant Bussing comes up with the block, the scoop, and the score. Number 54 coming up big here for Axtell in this one. A punt, block, and a touchdown for the big defensive end, as this defensive line is feasting on this Timberwolves offense. 34-0 now with 5:21 left to play in the second quarter. Of course, an Axtell team that put up 6 touchdowns on Frankfort in the first quarter last week hold a 34-0 advantage. Smelsley right side. He's going to pitch it late to Broxterman, and he fumbles it. No good on the 2 point, but Axtell still leads 34-0 here all the way through the first half. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, bring it right back down here to Fisher Field in Newton as the Eagles in control of this first half, 34-0.
The State Bank in Axtell is synonymous with quality and integrity in the banking business. Financing for your home, for your farm, or your small business. Contact the loan officers if you need money, or if you're putting money away for something special, or just saving for a rainy day. Visit with the professionals at the State Bank of Axtell. They're federally insured, member FDIC, the State Bank of Axtell.
34-0 this score. First half, 5:21 left to play. The Axtell defense has been on fire. Colin Shaughnessy, a 23-yard pick six. Moments ago, a punt blocked in the end zone for number 54, Grant Bussing, getting in the action as Axtell pours it on here in the state championship. Last kickoff went in between the legs. It's going to be picked up about the 5-yard line by the return man up the middle, Isaiah Jellison, the 187-yard halfback, gets all the way up to about the 30-yard line as we're looking through the snow here on this one, and that's where Timberwolves will start this possession. The Axtell defense absolutely stymied here in this one, unofficially holding the Timberwolves to 1 total yard in this one. Also a turnover for South Central and a punt block, 2 as well. So 2 defensive scores so far for Axtell, and that has been the story all season for this Eagles team. Of course, Brandon Smelsley leads this team with 8 interceptions. A bunch of those are defensive touchdowns, 2 as well. And this team is complete all the way around. A no-yard run by Prusa, -1 yards unofficially for the quarterback for South Central. That leads this team in rushing with over 1,700 yards on the season. Of course, on the passing game, too, as well, Prusa only came in with 1 interception on the season. Well, we're going to double that and make it 2 as Axtell has one here early on in this one. Max Blasky with you here from Newton, KNDY FM 95.5 at KNDYradio.com and in the KNDY free FM mobile app. Axtell looking for their third straight championship. Ball's on the ground. Bussing's on it. Dieters is there, too. Axtell saying they got it. What's the call? Axtell ball. That's going to be a fumble recovery by Axtell. Believe just the mishandling of the snap by the quarterback and the center for this Axtell defense. They come up big. Eli Brocksterman, a fumble recovery. So now 3 turnovers forced in this first half as Axtell looks to put up another one. 34-0, 4:30 left to play here first half. We'll see if we get out of it. Smelsley looks left, now takes a shot middle of the field, has a man out of the intended reach of Rylan Bussing. That's a heck of a play call there, though, by head coach Eric Detweiler. You have a chance to put this game away at half, take a shot on your first offensive possession in a couple minutes, and boy, did they ever. Second down and 10 now, no for Smelsley. Only a second incompletion here of the day. Of course, 83% completion percentage for Smelsley on the season in 102 attempts, 29 touchdowns, no interceptions. Second down and 10 now. Shotgun formation. It'll be Bussing and Schmitz here near side. Schmitz goes in motion left to right. It's going to be an option right side. Smelsley's going to keep it. He's going to be ridden down by 2 Timberwolves on that one. That'll be number 20, Jack Hurd, and number 5, J.T. Prusa, coming up with the tackles on that run. Of course, Jack Hurd is second on this team with 100 tackles. Of course, their stats, I don't want to say a little inflated, as Axtell's are not, but Timberwolves have played a lot more full games, I guess, to say. Axtell here this year has got 11 wins by the 45-point rule, only 6 for the Timberwolves, so a lot closer contest for South Central on the season. A 3-yard run is what they will give Smelsley on that one. Now it's going to be quarterback option, left side. Smelsley breaks it, gets the 10-5 touchdown, Brandon Smelsley. A 20-yard touchdown run by number 16, Brandon Smelsley, as have yourself a day, young man. In the past 5 rushing attempts for Brandon, 3 touchdowns for Axtell as he finds the end zone again. It is 40-0 here with 3 minutes left to go before halftime, and Axtell is in complete control of this contest. 3:31 left to play before half break. 2-point conversion pending now for the Eagles. These red uniforms, I'm telling you, Schmelsley in the shotgun all alone. Now motions a tight set to both sides. Broxman will look left. Schmelsley rolls out right. Has a man back. The end zone's good. Finds his favorite target today, Rylan Bussing, for the 2-point conversion. And Axtell leads 42-0 here in the 8-man Division II state championship game. We're going to keep it actually right here as we've got about 3 minutes left before halftime. Axtell leading 42-0. Brandon Schmelsley unofficially 108 yards on the ground. 3 touchdowns, 2 as well. 3 for 5 passing, 32 yards through the air, has found Grady Bussing for 2 of those receptions. 7 and 22 has found Eli Broxman for the other one, a 3-yard reception. Landon Schmitz also got into the action in that first quarter with a 22-yard touchdown run on the first play of the game, just as he did a week ago against Frankfort. Took an end around 65 yards for the run. This one took it 22 yards down for a touchdown. Axtell leads 42-0. Looking at how the Eagles got here, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. That 22-yard touchdown run by Schmitz and a 26-yard touchdown run by Schmelsley. They led 14-0 at the end of quarter number 1, and now here in this one, 4 touchdowns, 2 defensive touchdowns for Axtell in this second quarter. Schmelsley opened up the quarter with a 23-yard touchdown run, making it 20-0, and then a Colin Shaughnessy 23-yard pick 6 put the Eagles up 28-0 after the 2-point conversion was good. Moments later, we're going to say 2 minutes exactly, Grady Bussing got into the action as he blocked a punt, Grant Bussing got into the action as he blocked a Timberwolves punt into the end zone, picked it up for the touchdown, 34-0 on the next offensive possession for the Timberwolves. A fumble on the center quarterback exchange, and that gave Axtell an offensive drive deep inside Timberwolves territory, and Schmelsley did the rest. The 20-yard touchdown run by Brandon Schmelsley moments ago puts us up 42-0. It's going to be a run left side now for Prusa. Prusa almost gets the edge, and finally some positive yardage for this Timberwolves squad. It's going to be a gain of 6 unofficially for Prusa on the run. Now finally unofficially into the positive on the rushing stat. He came in with over 1,700 yards on the ground, accounting for over 48% of the South Central offense on the season, but so far today has been held to only 5 total yards, only 7 total yards for South Central on this one. Another quarterback run right down power right side, puts his head down for a few yards on that one. Will be short of the first down. So a 2nd down and 5, now a 3-yard run. It goes to a 3rd down and 2 for South Central as they just look to bleed a little clock out here in this one. Of course, an impressive run nonetheless for South Central, coming off a season last year in which they went 4-5, 2-6 2 years ago. This is under second-year head coach Brett Westra. Now run up the middle, blown up right at the line of scrimmage by Brandon Schmelsley. It's going to be line to gain. So on a 3rd down and 2, they're going to give him 3 on that one. Good enough for Timberwolves' first down. And I'm not 100% sure, but that's either only their first or second one here this afternoon. Clock rolling, 23 seconds left to go here before halftime. 1st down and 10 now. Eagles lead 42-0. Prusa left side. Dieters had a hand on him. Now shakes 2 tackles. Schmelsley about got him. But finally coming up with the tackle for the Eagles will be Rylan Bussing. A gain of about 6 yards on that one. We're actually going to give him just 5 officially from the scorekeeper, as the Timberwolves are right about midfield. That one moments ago was the first down of the game for the Timberwolves. Prusa left side again, Snow on his mask, up to about the line of scrimmage across midfield. We're going to give him 3 yards on that one. As now finally the Timberwolves looking to put something together. Dieter's in on the top stop for the Eagles. Of course, big shout-out to our friend over at the TVL Spotlight, Jeff Works, for keeping me in line here today. That was the first down for South Central this afternoon. Of course, as basketball season gets underway, take a look at that Facebook page. Go find his website, too. He'll keep you up to date on everything going on in the TVL. Here's going to be a run for no gain. Sawyer Dieters coming up big with a tackle for no gain now on a 4th down and 2 for the Timberwolves. Clock rolling under 45 seconds left to go here before halftime. It looks like South Central will be content to take this one into the locker room, trailing 42-0. Lines up for a 4th down and 4 play. And finally, no, we're going to have a timeout. South Central takes a timeout. So we're going to take a timeout with them here right before half. Axtell leading 42-0.
Bowie Truck Line of Summerfield, a proud supporter of the community and the Axtell Eagles, wishing the team best of luck. Call on Bowie for prompt, professional delivery on time, wherever the destination. Experienced drivers make your load first priority. From pickup to drop-off, you can rely on the team at Bowie Truck Line of Summerfield, proud supporters of this radio broadcast. Whether the work is inside or outside, a repair, remodel, addition, or new construction, Peak Construction in Marysville is ready to build. They start off by helping you turn your vision into a concrete design with the help of samples from local vendors. Their in-house construction crew gets to work making that design a reality. Imagine what you can do with the help of Peak Construction. Phone 562-6380 for an appointment to start planning. From top to bottom, inside and out, call Peak Construction, 562-6380.
Are available for purchase. Axtell Eagles' 38-game winning streak looking like it'll move on to 39 in the second half of this one. A 4th down and 4 right at midfield for South Central. Prusa in the shotgun, 2 running backs in his protection set. It'll be a run up the middle. Short. I don't think he got it either. He's short of the first down here, so Axtell will have one more shot here before halftime to finish this one off, and I'm pretty sure head coach Eric Detweiler will take every opportunity that he can. A 3-yard run by J.T. Prusa, unofficially only 24 total yards for the South Central team here in this first half, all on the ground on a snowy afternoon here in Newton at Fisher Field. 24 seconds left to go. Now Axtell will have the ball just on their side of the field. 38-yard line will be the call. Smelsley in the shotgun. Brockshman goes to the far side of the field. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Snap goes. Smelsley looks. He's looking down the middle. Has a man. Has Smith down the middle. Will he get it? Bussing at the 3. Caught. A 35-yard pass from Brandon Smelsley there to Grady Bussing will set up the Eagles in excellent possession, and Detweiler will get his team set with a timeout. We will stay right here as Axtell looks to end this one in the first half. Boy, this Eagles team, they knew what they wanted to do coming down here. Talking to head coach Eric Detweiler in the pregame and leading up to this week, I asked him if there was any different, feeling in the locker room between the last 2 state championships and this one. And he said, honestly, not really, but this team just knows what to expect. They know how to prepare. They know what they should be ready for. They know they should be ready for everything. And in this one, Axtell just looks like the more prepared team on a snowy Saturday down here in Newton, absolutely handling South Central in this one. The 3 seniors for the Axtell Eagles, Grant Bussing, Grady Bussing, and Sawyer Dieters have led the way defensively, holding South Central to unofficially under 25 yards in this first half as the Eagles look to get a touchdown and finish this one off. 42-0 is our score. 16 seconds left to go here before half. An eruption here in this second quarter by the Eagles. 4 touchdowns, 2 of them defensive, and now at the 4-yard line, a chance to put it away. Smelsley in the backfield. Right side depth brawler, Broxman. Broxman will pass it, end zone, incomplete, saving a interception in the back of the end zone. I believe that was, Grady Bussing has had himself a very impressive day for the Eagles. About picked off there by a South Central defender, kind of a little halfback pass there, trying to get Eli Broxterman involved in that one. So an incomplete pass. It'll stop the clock, as that will be Broxterman's first pass attempt here on the season. So it's going to stay in the hand of Smelsley now. Broxman moves out left to right. We're going to have an option. Smelsley up the middle. Touchdown, Axtell Eagles. He is in with 7 seconds left to go here in quarter number 2. Axtell up 48-0. Round it out. The Axtell Eagles, barring a kick return for a touchdown, will be your 2023 8-man Division II state champions as they push their winning streak, the state's longest, to 39 games, and will win back-to-back state championships. 2-point conversion pending now for the Eagles, all dressing from here. Smelsley looking, middle of the field. Smelsley to Broxterman, caught, and that will do it for the Eagles. 50-0. Eagles leading this one. 7 seconds left to go here before halftime, as Axtell has absolutely dominated this one here so far this afternoon. A 4-yard touchdown run by number 16 himself will be his 4th on the afternoon. Unofficially 112 yards on the ground, while this Axtell defense has held South Central to only 24 yards on the ground. A dominating effort so far here this afternoon. 50-0. 7 seconds left to go here before halftime. Max Blasky with you here on a championship Saturday, and it has been one of destiny here for the Eagles as they will continue their longest winning streak in the state of Kansas. Will push this one up to 39 games. 3 years now undefeated under head coach Eric Detweiler. Smelsley will kick this one off. It's going to be a pooch kick up the middle. We're going to try and keep the clock running. They're going to dive on it right about the 30-yard line, and that's where all recovered by the Timberwolves will start this possession. They will operate. So a defensive masterpiece by these Axtell Eagles. 24 offensive total yards for South Central. A pick 6 by Colin Shaughnessy. A punt block return for a touchdown by Grant Bussing. All in the second quarter. They have put up 6 touchdowns here in this quarter after leading 14-0 at the end of the first half. Shotgun formation, looking back to pass, pressure up the middle, picked off by Smelsley. Smelsley has it returning left side. He just gets down, and that will do it. The Axtell Eagles are your 2023 8-man Division II state champions as they push their winning streak to 39 games and are back-to-back state champions here in the state of Kansas. A pick by who else but number 16, Brandon Smelsley, will do it here for Axtell in this one. Good job, Eagles, as they move on with their 3rd straight state championship here in 8-man Division II in absolutely dominating fashion here over the South Central Timberwolves. We will take one final break here this afternoon before we crown the Axtell Eagles. We're going to wrap up this game, bring it right back here to noon after a 30-second timeout here on KNDY FM 95.5.
Little Steps Dance and Gymnastics Studio open enrollment for spring 2024 classes ends January 8th, continuing to offer the energy-packed tumbling, cheer, dance, and jazz classes for ages 18 months to 18 years. Enrollment ends January 8th. Visit the Little Steps Dance and Gymnastics Facebook page for enrollment information.
Earning a degree is easy with Highland Community College. Highland offers multiple locations and technical training across Northeast Kansas. Can't make it to campus? No problem with Highland's online classes. Live out of state? Pay one low rate of $126 per credit hour. Enrollment is open now, so visit us at highlandcc.edu. Highland Community College. Close to home, far from debt.
KNDY has been your sports leader of local teams since the days of leather helmets. Well, okay, not that long, but since the days before the Blue Valley and Nemaha Valley Leagues combined, for over 40 years, KNDY has been your source for scores, interviews, and live play-by-play action of your favorite teams all season long. The game and technology may have changed, but our coverage remains the same. KNDY, your area sports leader, on air, online, and on our mobile app.
50-0 is the final score here in the 8-man Division II 2023 state championship game on a snowy day down in Newton. The Axtell Eagles win their third straight state championship, will push their winning streak up to 39 games, 3 years straight undefeated for head coach Eric Detweiler. Last loss for the Eagles came back on November 6th of 2020. It seems like a lifetime ago, but this Axtell Eagles defense and dominance continues here today, this afternoon. A 50-0 win over South Central. Congratulations to the South Central on a very successful season. 9-4 they will finish this year, 1 year removed from going 4-5 under second-year head coach Brett Westrup. An excellent season here for South Central. But the Eagles march on and are your 2023 state champions. Looking at how this game started, it was a little slow in the first half. 2 touchdowns scored offensively by the Axtell Eagles, a 22-yard touchdown run by Landon Schmitz and a 26-yard touchdown run by Brandon Schmelsley had the Eagles up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. But the second quarter, the defense turned it on for the Eagles, only allowing 7 points per game this season. With this shutout, they allowed 16 points. 16 points in 5 playoff games here this season, and it was the defense in the second quarter. A pick six by Colin Shaughnessy with 7:23 left, but Axtell up 28-0 on the next offensive possession for South Central. A punt block by Grant Bussing, return for a touchdown, gave Axtell the 34-0 lead. A fumble recovery on the next offensive possession by South Central. Brandon Schmelsley did the rest on the offensive line. A 20-yard touchdown run with 3:31 left to go in the second quarter, but Axtell up 42-0. Axtell got the stop at midfield on a 4th down and 4. JT Prusa, quarterback for the Timberwolves, about 6 inches short. Schmelsley took a shot on the very next play, found Bussing close to the end zone, and then Schmelsley did the rest. From 4 yards out, Brandon Schmelsley ran it in for a touchdown, giving Axtell the 50-0 win, and to top it all off, make it 2 interceptions on the day for this Axtell defense, as Schmelsley intercepted the last pass of the day as he ends the season with 9 defensive interceptions, as Axtell absolutely throttles South Central here in this one. Looking at the unofficial stats for both of these teams, first with South Central, we knew they would keep it on the ground. Not one passing attempt, or there was one passing attempt, and that one was an interception by Shaughnessy. JT Prusa, 20 rushes, 22 yards was your leading rusher. Only one other man got a run. Coda Lindsay, a 1-yard rush for 2 yards, as this Axtell defense holds South Central to unofficially 24 total yards on the offensive end. On the other side of the docket, Axtell was rolling on all cylinders, led by junior quarterback Brandon Schmelsley. 4 for 6 through the air, 67 yards on the ground, 12 rushes for 112 yards, 4 touchdowns, and they all came on Schmelzley's last 6 rushes. Also on the ground, Eli Broxterman got 2 rushes for 1 yard. Landon Schmitz, 1 rush for 22 yards. Receiving, Eli Broxterman, 1 reception for 3 yards. And Grady Bussing, the big man through the air, 3 receptions for 64 yards here this afternoon. Of course, a big shout-out to the seniors on this Axtell Eagles team. Grady Bussing, Grant Bussing, and Sawyer Dieters led this defense all season and allowed under 10 points per game, and they will leave their high school career with 3 straight state championships, and more importantly, this junior class continues the perfect streak in their high school career with 39 straight wins under head coach Eric Detweiler, who claims his 102nd win this on his year. Of course, a lot of returners here next year, including Eli Broxterman, Landon Schmitz, Rylan Bussing, Brandon Schmelzley, and Blaze Bussing for the Eagles. They will look to repeat next year, but of course up next, a basketball season upcoming here for the year. Signing it off here from Newton Fisher Field, Max Blasky had the call this afternoon with you. It's been an absolute joy all season. Of course, a big appreciation to our sponsors too as well that made this broadcast happen all season too as well. If we didn't catch you and you want to be on a game coming up in basketball season, give us a shout at the station anytime you want. But a big shout out to our sponsors here this afternoon: B&D Buildings, Moonlight Restoration, Landall Company, Axtell Car Wash, Little Joe's Service, Barry Bussing Construction, Axtell Trust Manufacturing, Western National Bank, SBS Insurance of Seneca, Axtell Lumber and Hometown Lumber of Marysville, Blue Valley Technologies, Eagle HVAC and Plumbing, Apex Crop Solutions, Kramer Oil, State Bank of Axtell, Valley Trucking, Peak Construction, Little Steps Dance Studio Seneca, and Highland Community College. Again, your Axtell Eagles are your 2023 8-man Division II state champions. Back-to-back championships for the Eagles under head coach Eric Detweiler, and they pushed their winning streak up to 39 games, 3 seasons undefeated for the Eagles. Reporting for KNDY Sports, this has been Max Blasky. Everyone drive safe. Thank you as always this season, and we will catch you during basketball.
KNDY.